Hello pretties, it's Angela here, and today's video is going to be the monthly jewelry collaboration challenge. And if you're not familiar with this, we do this each month and we have a different color, metal type, and fun element or theme. There's quite a few of us that are doing it now, and so I will put the links to everyone's YouTube channels down below in the description box, so make sure you check it out because everybody has done some really awesome projects over the past few months, and it's a lot of fun. If you'd like to join in, please do. I have an album in my Facebook group, and I'll have that link in the description box below as well, so that you can post pictures of what you've made and participated in the monthly challenge. So for the month of May, our color is brown. The metal type was either brass or gunmetal. We could do a necklace or a bracelet. And for the theme or fun element, something beach related, shells, crabs, seahorses. So that is for the month of May. Now if you want to get a head start on June and you want to participate with us, for June, the color is going to be purple. The metal type is gold or bronze. Earrings or a keychain, and using some chip beads and charms. Any kind of chip beads, any kind of charms. So that should be interesting and fun to see what everybody does for June. So for May, what I did was I already made a necklace, and because I knew it was going to take me a little while to get my pattern right, I found this really pretty seahorse pendant, and I wanted to use that as my focal. I just recently did a haul video from Mother's Day, so if you haven't checked that out, check out that video. Some really awesome African beads and miracle beads and some findings and stuff that I found at a bead store that's about 45 minutes away from me. So for this necklace, I used the seahorse as the focal. I did mix metals. I used that, like the brassy gold, and I mixed it with the bronze. And so I think that was a really pretty color combination. I thought it brought out the like the natural tones in the shells. I used some brown Swarovski crystals, some of those little chip beads. The pendant keeps going back and forth over, but you can, when it's laying on your neck, you can fix that in the middle. So I just did that a little while ago, but it went back over. So then I only had 2 of these left. We had got these in one of the bargain bead box subscription boxes, and so those were in the bronze, and I wanted to use those. I love those. And I went ahead and used some mother of pearl, some freshwater pearls, those brassy golden bead caps. And what I did was I made the first little section. That's gonna bother me. I gotta get back over there. I made this first little section and put 2 of the clamshell covers and attached it to these link connectors. And then I went ahead and on the other side did 2 clamshells and then beaded up the length of the necklace. I needed a little bit more length. I didn't want to make, to me, sometimes I like the chain against the back of my neck. I don't feel the beads have to go all the way around, because for one thing, you're not going to see the back of my neck unless I have my hair up. And even if you have your hair up, you're going to see the chain. And so I wanted those pretty beads to be around, you know, the front of the neck and the side of the neck. This is really the only length of chain is in the back towards the hairline. And so I used a magnetic clasp because I like those. They're easy on and off. Yeah, so that's why I did that. So that's the necklace that I made. And so I figured our challenge this month was necklace or bracelet. I'm going to make the matching bracelet with y'all. I do not have any more little link connectors, and because I used those last 2. So I am going to make a bracelet with these beads and come up with a pattern, because this doesn't really have a necessary like pattern all the way around. I just kind of did different sections. So I'm going to make the bracelet more uniform on both sides, so this matches on both sides, if that makes any sense. So let's go ahead, and I think what I love these mother of pearl beads. These are so beautiful. They have some really pretty iridescent colors in them. And I'm also going to make a pair of earrings. I did make 1 earring so far, and I'll go ahead and show you how to do the matching one. This is what I came up with. I love those chip beads. So the beads that I have here, I have a couple of different of the bronze. I have some bead caps that I was using. I have some little kind of like corrugated bicone spacers. I have some golden, that brassy golden bead caps in a smaller bead cap size. I still have some of the 8mm Swarovski crystal bicones. And I have some of those chip beads that I got from Michael's that I love so much. I love using those. And then I had the mother of pearl beads. I had some freshwater white pearl beads, as well as these are actually Swarovski glass pearls. So I had a few of those, and I think I only used 2 in the necklace right here, and I'm using some in the earrings. So the bracelet, I think I'm gonna start with the mother of pearl in the center and kind of work my way out from there. So I'm gonna kind of use, I like this little section here, and I think I'm gonna use that first. So what I did was, I think I'm gonna put a couple of chip beads. I'm just gonna lay it out first, and then we'll kind of play with it and see how much length I need and what I need to add. But I think I'm gonna put the chip beads on each side, and then I believe I'm gonna use a couple of these spacers. So it was a spacer, a white pearl, the golden bead cap on each side of the Swarovski crystal. And then it would be another spacer. So let me put that on the other side as well. So I'm gonna need 2 of these. And so it's always, when you're making your pattern, you know, it looks longer on the thing because it's all spread out. But when you start stringing it, you know, you may have to adjust it to the size of your wrist and just kind of add things towards the back. All right, so we have that section here. Oh wait, I'm missing a white pearl, which goes on the other side of here. All right, I'm gonna move the necklace out of the way for just a moment. We'll leave that little seahorse in the picture. All right, and then I think I want to add a couple of more of the mother of pearl beads. So we'll add one of those on each side. I'm trying to pick some ones with the really pretty colors. I love them. They're all beautiful, and they're all unique in their own way. That's what's so pretty about mother of pearl. All right, so I'm going to put that there, and then I think I am going to, let's see which section I want to follow next. Let's see. What have we not used yet? Or maybe I should just follow that pattern because it uses the white pearls. The only thing I haven't used is the big glass Swarovski pearls, and I'm not sure I'm going to use those in the bracelet. I think I'm just going to go with this pattern and see what we have for length. So I only have 2 more of these little spacers, so I think what I'm going to do is, now I had the little potato chips on each side of the pearl, so I think I'm going to do that again on each side of this one. So I'm going to push this out a little bit and put 2 on each one, on each side. All right, so that gives me a little length there. And then I think, let's see what's next. Let's go with, like I said, I only have 2 of these little ones left. I did take my one out that I needed for my earrings, so I wanted to make sure I have that. All right, so let's see. This is always the most time-consuming part. It's just to get your pattern and lay it out. I wonder if I should string this up and then see how much additional length I need. I may do that. So let me go ahead and I'm going to get a piece of beading wire. And let me get me one of my little stop beads. My little bug clip. And then with the potato chip beads, oh, that's what I call them. I don't know what they're really called. The little spacer beads, they remind me of little chips. You face one up and one down, going in the opposite direction. And so that way they'll kind of crisscross and not lay flush against each other. I love those little beads. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just string up the pattern that we have so far and see what my length is, and we'll see what we need to add. I fell in love with that little seahorse when I saw it, and and I didn't even, to be honest, I didn't even look at the challenge until after I got home, and I was like, oh, how perfect is that? I was like, I didn't look at May, and I've been just kind of crazy busy just making things, and with the 100-day project challenge, and I'm a little behind on that, but I'm gonna get caught up, and we're almost finished that. I think we're on day 92 or 93, so that's almost over, and then I will start making more tutorials again. But I find with the project challenge, with working during the week, it's hard for me to do it during the week, so I kind of work on them on the weekend. And with Mother's Day and things like that, I just haven't really been making a lot of tutorials. I've been doing a lot of unboxings, and y'all seem to enjoy those too. But I do need to get back and make some more tutorials. The earrings and things that I've been making for the 100-day project challenge are fairly easy. I mean, they really are pretty easy to string together, and so I think, you know, those are, it would be a short, really quick video if I showed how to do that. It's kind of be repetitive because it's not really hard things. Alright, so we're almost finished stringing this up. Just a few more beads to go, and then we'll measure it and see how much we have. And like I said, whenever you're putting those little beads on, you try to put one facing up, like a concave, and then one facing down. That way they fit opposite, which just gives it more texture to your piece. I love these. I have bought these several times. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to need a lot more space and a lot more room. So, since I only have 2 of these, I'm going to change up my next section of bracelet. And I think, let's do, I wonder if I do a bicone on each side and a pearl in the middle. Let's try that. And then how would I frame this? Let's see. I think, since we have gold here, I wonder if it would look right if I framed that pearl with these bead caps. We can try it. Let's try that. And then that'll give it a little bit of the bronze in there. And then the gold would be on the outside. So let's see how that looks. One of my bicones was, the hole was not all the way through. I'm going to have to check that, which is unusual for Swarovski, but it happens. Alright, so we're going to put our pearl on, and then I'll put the other bead cap, and we'll see. I think that those bead caps might be too big for this pearl. I'm not sure. It kind of almost looks like a daisy spacer though. It might be alright. Let me sandwich it in between the crystals and see if it works. Actually, it does kind of work. Alright, because it almost looks like a daisy spacer, so it almost looks like a totally different spacer by using it that way. So that'll work. And then, let's see. Let me go ahead and add it to the other side. Put one up. Put on the pearl. Put on the other bead cap facing down. Well, I said I was. Way to go. It jumped away from me. Alright, and then the bicone. And let's see, what are we going to do next? I feel like, let's see what the length is. Okay, we are at almost 7. So I feel like if I add, let's see. If I add 2 of these, I think it's going to be too much with the clasp, because the clasp is going to be, and it's magnetic, so it's sticking to my ruler. Alright, so it's going to be 7. So I don't need much more. So what I think I might do is add, let's see, a couple of these spacers, and then like the golden spacers, the potato chips, and then maybe that little small bronze bead, and do that on both sides, and then let me see how much length that gives me, and then with the clasp it should hopefully be enough. to where I can close it off and finish it up. Let's see. All right. I like that. I think it's pretty. It's just simplistic. It's not hard. It's not a hard pattern. It's just, but I think it'll complement that necklace, and with the seahorse going on in the necklace, it's got a lot going on there. All right, so this is right at 7 plus the class. Yeah, I think that's going to be perfect. All right, so what I'm going to do now is, well, I'm going to clip off this other side again, because if not, I'll lose all my beads while I'm going to crimp the other end. Done that many a times. And I think I am just going to do a flat crimp. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put my crimp bead on. Put my clasp on. Go back through that crimp. And I kind of like that it ended with the bronze, because now it'll be up against that golden crimp bead. If you have a crimp cover, you can certainly use that, put that over it. I know I have some. I just have to locate them. And I may put them on after, may put one on after. But I'm not going to worry about it right this second for the video. And then I always like to go back through a few of the beads. You don't have to. I just feel like it gives, for me, I feel like it gives it more, a little bit more stability, but it's definitely not necessary. I'm not sure it's going to go through that pearl a second time. So I am going to clip that wire, bring my beads down, take my little stopper off, and then put my crimp bead on the other side. And pick up my clasp. Go back through the crimp bead. And you always want it, when you're crimping, you want to pull it tight, but not so tight that it's stiff. You want a little movement in your bracelet. And I'm going to go through the first couple of beads. I'm going to go ahead and grab my pliers and grab that little tail end. And that kind of just helps me pull it through. Like I said, you kind of want this to be rounded and loose. You don't want it super, super tight. You do want it, you know, flush against your crimp bead a little bit, but not super tight where you don't have any movement. So once I crimp this down, I just want to make sure. Okay. So once I clip that off, those beads are going to go down, and I can crimp this flat right here, right below the magnetic closure. So then I'm just going to take my little tail and get close with my wire cutters or flush cutters, snip that end off, and there we go. I can go ahead and put that on. That's what I love about the magnetic clasp. They just kind of find themselves. That is really pretty. Love the mother of pearl. I had this one on from earlier, but I love the mother of pearl. Love the pearls, the Swarovski crystals. I like the mixed metals. I like the fact that it has the bronze and that brassy gold. I think that's really pretty. These are pretty strong magnetic clasp. I know some people don't like magnetic clasp. They feel like they don't hold. These kind of find themselves, and I found these were really nice and strong. You do have to make sure that they are strong and secure. All right, so that was the bracelet, and let's go ahead and put this earring together. What I did for this was I just used a ball head pin, a real thin one, and I'm going to wire wrap that so that my bead doesn't come off, because if you try to just put a regular little loop, they're kind of flimsy. But they're good for wire wrapping. So I'm just going to bring that around. And I like to take my pliers with these flimsy, kind of thin wires, and just kind of take my wire wrap and bring it around a few times. Some people can do it with their fingers. I can if it's a thicker wire, a little bit thicker than this, but with this one I just kind of find them easier to pull it around with the pliers. And then it gets shorter as you go around, so it kind of helps you keep control of it. And then you're just going to snip off that little end. If you have a little tail, just make sure that you tuck it in, because you don't want it to scratch you. Just tuck that little end in. So now we have our little mother of pearl shelf at the bottom. Then I'm going to take an eye pin, And I'm just going to match this pattern that I did. I did a couple of chip beads. I did one up and one down, or one down and one up. It really doesn't matter as long as they go in the opposite way. Then I took one of the bronze bead caps. I used one of the glass pearls, another bronze bead cap, a couple more potato chip beads, one up, one down. And then what did I do? I put a bicone crystal, and I put one of these little bronze spacer beads, and I used all those up, so that was great. All right, so then I did that, and then I'm going to just, I could use the one-step looper, but I already have, I'm just going to make a simple loop on this earring, and my tools are right here, so I'm not going to pull out the looper right now. I love my one-step looper, especially when I'm making a whole lot of dangles. It comes in really handy. Alright. I just feel like when I do them myself like this, I never get them the exact same size. So, the one-step looper kind of helps me with that. Actually, I think I need to cut just a little bit more off of that. Bring it around. Alright, there's my two components, and then what I'm going to do is open this bottom. Find which side is, let me get my right pliers. I think it's the side that needs to be opened. Open that up. I had it right the first time. Open that up and put your little dangle on. Close that up. And I did use the bronze for the eye pin and the head pin, but I used the gold chip beads. So I'm using a gold ear wire so that you can have both of the colors, the mixed metals in the earrings as well. I'm really liking that brassy gold with the bronze. I feel like it kind of mutes it down. It's not so brassy. Like I like gold, but I don't love that really brassy gold. So I find that putting it with these darker browns and these bronze colored spacers and bead caps has really helped tone it down a little bit. But I think those came out really beautiful. Love the colors in those shells. Here's the bracelet. And the beautiful seahorse necklace. I love the links. Like I said, I only had two left, but it worked perfectly because it kind of gave me that focal in the middle. So let me go ahead and put these earrings here. Put the matching bracelet. And kind of zoom in just a little bit so you can get a better look at that. So those are the pieces that I made for the monthly jewelry collaboration for May 2021. I hope you enjoyed this video, quick bracelet tutorial, earring tutorial, and I hope that you enjoyed this necklace. I really had fun making this, and I'm really looking forward to wearing it. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you would, please give me a thumbs up and click on subscribe if you haven't done that already. Also click on the notification bell so that you can be notified each time I upload a new video to YouTube. Until the next video, guys.